Everybody always talks about the American dream, but can we talk about the Mexican dream? Let me explain. I am currently living in Mexico City, and I am currently living the Mexican dream. What do I mean by that? Before you guys start to tell me like, gringa, go back to your country, I am actually Mexican American, so let's make that clear. Mis papás son de Mexico, son de Jalisco, de Tepatitlán y Pegueros, Jalisco. Therefore, every vacation, I always spent it in Mexico with mis abuelitos, mis primos, primas. I always loved being Mexican American. I would always go back to the US and be like, I love Mexico. I love the freedom. I love how I feel there. It's so crazy how back then our parents used to go to the US for a better quality life. And now I feel like I had to leave the US, or a lot of people are leaving the US to come to Mexico for a better quality life. I feel like back then the US dream maybe did exist because, maybe the US was safer than Mexico, or the quality of life was better in the US. But I feel like right now, for example, I'm from California. I'm from Inglewood, California. It is not safer in California than Mexico. It is very expensive. Therefore, because it's so expensive, you don't have time to enjoy life. Whereas en México, tú aquí puedes ser lunes, martes, miércoles, cualquier día y disfrutas tu vida because people in Mexico know how to enjoy life. Disfrutan la vida. No importa qué tan ocupados estén, disfrutan la vida. People here on the street tell you, buenas tardes, buenos días, buenas noches. That's what I mean by the Mexican dream. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the quality of life in Mexico truly is incredible. And when I invite people to Mexico, I mean us Latinos, us people that we grew up in the US, but from Mexican parents. Vengan a conocer su cultura. Mexico has this stigma of like, oh, it's so dangerous, it's so this. The US I truly think is 10 times more dangerous. A lot of things have happened to me in the US that, knock on wood, have never happened to me in Mexico. But it has that connotation, And it's so crazy how back then I literally was thinking, I'm like, como todos nuestros papás, nuestros abuelos, bisabuelos se iban a Estados Unidos para una mejor vida. And now I'm here living the Mexican dream. And I'm not talking about money and like, oh, well, yeah, you're privileged because you have money. It's not even about the money. And honestly, Mexico's not even that cheap. So it's not even like, oh, Mexico's so much cheaper than the US. Truly, a lot of places in Mexico are more expensive than places in the US. Tulum, Mexico City. There's a lot of places here that are way more expensive. But the quality of life, the quality of food, let's talk about food. I lose weight in Mexico and gain weight in the US, no matter how much more healthier I eat in the US. The quality of people here, they tell you provecho when you're eating. Somebody that doesn't know you tells you provecho. I'm trying to do this all under 3 minutes. And I'm like, that's so beautiful. When in the US will somebody tell you like, enjoy? Never. The quality of life here is incredible, and I'm so lucky to be here como una mexicana de Estados Unidos.